We have another huge makeup declutter to do today. Look at this basket. It is overflowing. I know it looks like a lot, but there's actually only 59 products, which I mean, I guess 59 is a lot. But there are some bigger products in here. There's some palettes. There are some products that are literally still in the original packaging. I haven't even used some of these products. They're just, I don't need them. So I'm like, let me just declutter them out of my collection and give them to somebody else that can get better use because I have too much stuff. So today we're going to be just talking about all the products I am decluttering. I'm not going to be going through my whole entire like blush bronzer collection because this video would just be super long. So I just figured I would kind of pile everything together and just show you all the products that I have already decided to declutter, give you a little reason why I'm decluttering them. And then we can do some swatches as well. I might do a few here and there. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into it because there's a lot to get through. So if that sounds good to you and you want to see all of the makeup that I am decluttering, then make sure you keep on watching. Okay, let's start off with bronzers. So I do have 9 bronzers that I am decluttering. So first up, we have this one from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the powder bronzer in the shade Rich Amber. I got this in a BoxyCharm a long time ago, and I never really used it because the shade was just not right for me. It pulls way too orange on me. And actually, I think they just reformulated and relaunched their powder bronzers. So I wonder if these ones are going to be discontinued now. I'm going to assume so. So I definitely want to check out their new powder bronzers because they have a lot more shades now. I feel like in this formula, they only had like, I don't know, a very small number of shades and none of them really looked like they would work for me. So very excited to try out their new formula and their new shades. But this one, yeah, this one never worked for me. So it's time to go. Next, we have this one from Physicians Formula. This is actually brand new in the packaging. I was sent this in PR, but this is just not a product that I would ever use. It is a very like shimmery bronzer. I don't understand this formula at all. Like it looks like a highlighter to me. It's not really something that I would ever get use of, so I'm going to pass this along to somebody else that can get better use. Then we have this one from Jaclyn Cosmetics, and again, this brand is no longer around. They did close down, so I am going to be decluttering most of my products from this brand, if not all. This is the pressed bronzer in the shade Vitamin D. I do like the formula of this and the shade was nice, but I don't reach for powder bronzers as much as I used to, so I don't need to keep a ton in my collection. So if I'm going to be decluttering some, it's going to be brands like this that, you know, don't exist anymore, but I think the formula was still pretty good and the packaging is nice and everything. I never really used this one that much to begin with, so I think it's just time to go. Next, we have this one from Winky Lux. This is a liquid contour product that I did get gifted. It's in the shade Santorini. I do like this formula. I have some of their blushes and they're really nice and I like the applicator and everything, but this shade is just way too dark for me and a little bit too warm as well, so I just don't need it. I'm not going to reach for it, so I'm going to declutter. Then we have this one from Soul Body. This is like one of ColourPop's sister brands. This is the Face and Body Bronzing Balm in the shade Medium. Honestly, I don't even know why I bought this. I like never really use this, as you can see, and I don't know, it's just an okay formula. I'm not really a big fan of ColourPop's like products anymore. So this is just one that I never reached for, so I'm going to declutter. We have this one from Viseart, if that's how you say it, or Viseart, I'm not sure. This is a powder bronzer that I got in BoxyCharm as well. I did like this formula, but I just don't find myself reaching for this one as much anymore. Then we have this brand new cream bronzer from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Amber. I was gifted this from them. I never ended up using it just because I feel like the color, if I can get this open, I'll show you guys. I feel like the color is just too warm for me and I'm just not reaching for like cream bronzers in these like pots as much anymore. I'm usually using like cream bronzer sticks or liquid contour wands and stuff like that. That's kind of like my go-to. So a product like this just isn't something I'm reaching for as much. So I'd rather just, you know, give it to somebody else that can get better use because I'm probably not going to really reach for this even if I do try it out. I'll open it up and show you the color. So this is how the packaging looks on the inside and then the shade, yeah. Even just looking at it right now, I'm like, this is way too like orangey, warm tone for me. I would not use a color like this. So I'm definitely, yeah, definitely decluttering. And then lastly, we just have 2 from e.l.f. This is the putty bronzers, the luminous and the regular. Yeah, I don't really care for this formula that much anymore, to be honest. I think it's okay, but I really hate the size of these like pans. You can't really get a brush in here that well. I feel like this one I did use quite a bit, but I have since just found better formulas and I just stopped reaching for these.
I don't know. I don't think they're that great. I do see e.l.f. discontinuing these in the near future. I just don't think they're that big of a hit anymore. I think people are more into like the contour sticks and like the liquid contours. So I feel like something like this is just not going to be as popular anymore. I don't know. I don't hear anyone talk about these anymore. And yeah, like I said, I just have better cream bronzers in my collection. Okay, next up we have blushes. I just put all of my blushes together, creams, liquids, powders, just all of them in one basket. And I have 27 that I'm getting rid of, which I feel like is a really good amount since blush is my favorite product at the moment. I love buying new blushes, trying new blushes. Like that's like my favorite makeup product at this time. So getting rid of 27 I feel like is a lot. I've tried a lot of formulas. There's a lot that I don't like. There's a lot that maybe the shades I just don't care for anymore. So let's get into it. I have a couple actually new products in here that I've never even used. We have this Physicians Formula. This is like their 2-in-1 bronzer blush stick. I was gifted this. I did get another shade that I am keeping, but this one is just going to be way too dark for me. Like this is for definitely a deeper skin tone. So I don't need to keep this one in my collection. I will just keep the other one that I have. Then I also have this one from Physicians Formula, which is brand new as well. I have another one of these in a different color. I just feel like I don't need two. I have so many blushes, like I don't need to have multiples in every single product. Like there's certain ones that I will get like a bunch of shades in. But this one, I feel like the formula was good, but I just don't feel like I need two shades. So this one is in Radiant Pink. I think the one I have is the Radiant Peach one. So I'll just keep that one since I've already used it. And then this one's brand new, so I will just pass this one along. We have a couple from Tarte, and I actually have another one in my collection that's in my Project Pan, which I am keeping because I do like the shade a lot. But I have two other shades. These are the Breezy Cream Blush. I have Berry Bliss and Peach Sunset. I don't need to have all three. These are discontinued now. I think the formula is pretty good. This berry one, though, I feel like is slightly patchy when you apply it. But yeah, I don't need all three. Like I barely used this one. This peach one I barely used. So I just don't need three in the same product, like three shades, and especially one that is discontinued now. So yeah, I will be getting rid of those two. Then we have this one from Moira. This is okay. I feel like the formula is nice. It's very pigmented, but this is just not a color that I ever found myself really reaching for. I think I only used it like once. I don't know. It's a nice blush, I guess. It's in the shade it's in the shade I Adore You. The blush is called Love Heat Cream Blush. I don't know. I never reached for this one. I've had it for quite a while, but I don't think there's anything wrong with the formula. As far as I remember, it was really pigmented and pretty, but I just have so many blushes. I need to get rid of some, especially ones that I'm not reaching for. And creams, they do expire faster, so I need to get them out of my collection before they expire. I have two from Pixi. These are their glowy powders. I have Rose Dew and Peach Dew. I debated on these. I was like, maybe I'll keep one, but honestly, I never reached for these and I've had them for years. And I just have so many other like blushes that already have like sparkle or shimmer in them that I don't need something like this. This is more of like a blush topper. I just never really found myself reaching for these like at all. I think they're very pretty, but I would rather just reach for like a glowy blush or a highlighter. I don't really reach for like a blush topper as much. So I'm going to get rid of both. Then we have this one from Tarte. This is the Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in the shade Quirky. I got this as a freebie in an order that I made a long time ago. The formula is not bad. Like I think these formulas are nice. I actually had one that I panned, which is in my Project Pan this year, but I just don't need this one as well. I just don't find myself reaching for this shade. I think it's just really light, like on my skin. It's really soft and buttery, but I think the shade is just a little too light for me, and I need to get rid of some stuff, and this is just not one that I ever really reached for. We have this one from Dominique Cosmetics. It's the cream blush in soft pink. Yeah, this is another one that I don't really ever reach for. It's getting really gross as well and old. Like I feel like the top layer has slightly started to dry out. So I think this one will probably be a toss. Like I'll probably be throwing this one away just because I don't know if you guys can see, but it's got like foundation and stuff in it and it's just drying out. I've had this for so long. I think the formula was pretty good, but it's not really a blush that I, would rave about. It's not something I would repurchase. I got this in a BoxyCharm as well, but so long ago. Then we have this one from Item Beauty. This is the Blush and Light Cream Blush in the shade I'm Crushin'. This was a nice blush, like nothing wrong with it. It's pretty, the formula is nice, the color is pretty, but I am just not trying to keep all these discontinued makeup products in my collection. This brand has been closed down for a while, and I haven't really reached for this at all in a long time, so it's time to go. Speaking of discontinued, we have Becca Cosmetics, which has been closed down for a long time. I think they have a couple products that they still have through Smashbox. Smashbox, I think, bought them or something, I don't know. And they have like a couple products in the line that you can get through Smashbox, but I don't think this is one of them. I don't think they have the blushes. This is the Mineral Blush in Songbird, and it's like a pretty like glowy peachy color, but I just don't need all these discontinued products, like I said. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this one go. We have this e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand blush in the shade Rosé You Slay. Honestly, I thought I liked these, but I tried to use this one not too long ago, and I found it to be very patchy. So yeah, I'm not really a fan. And also like the product, I don't know if you can see, it's starting to like separate and be all weird, and I can't like shake it up and make it look the way that it used to. So I don't know if it's going bad or what, but yeah, all around, I'm just not a big fan of this blush anymore, so gonna declutter. Also have this one from SheGlam. I don't really use SheGlam at all anymore, and this one is super old. This is the Hush Hush shade, I don't know what it's called, Color Bloom liquid blush. Yeah, I'm not a SheGlam person anymore. I don't buy from them. I don't use their products. And this is really old, like I said, so just time to get rid of. We have a couple more from e.l.f. We have two of the putty blushes, the regular one, and then I have a luminous one as well. This one is in the shade Isla del Sol, if I'm saying that right. And then this one, I don't know the shade name. It's not on here anymore. Similar to the bronzers, though. I'm just not a big fan of this formula anymore. And I don't like the pan size. It's just really hard to get a brush in there. And I just have so many other blushes that I prefer over these. I just never really reached for these that much in the past. I want to say like year or two probably. Yeah, so they're just sitting and not getting used. So I would rather just get rid of them. We have this one from Tarte that I did get in a BoxyCharm not too terribly long ago, like maybe earlier this year or something. It is the blush tape in the shade Peach. This is just not pigmented at all. Honestly, it doesn't really show up on my skin like at all, so I just don't need it. I just won't be reaching for it since the color is just so light on me. But maybe if I had a darker shade or something, because I do really like the contour ones in these, but this blush was just, yeah, it just didn't really show up on me. Then we have this one from NYX. This is the Sweet Cheeks Soft Cheek Tint. This is in the shade Baby Doll. I tried this one out too recently to see if I still liked it or if I did like it. I hadn't used it in a while, and honestly, I just didn't care for the formula that much. It was just okay, but it's not a favorite anymore, so I think it's just time to get rid of. We have another product from Jaclyn Cosmetics. As I said before, I am decluttering probably almost all of the products I have from this brand. This is the Cream 2 Powder Blush Stick in the shade Empress. It's a really pretty color, like a really pretty like hot pink color, but I'm just not going to be reaching for this. It's discontinued, and I have so many blushes, so many other blush sticks that I like over this one. Yeah, it's an all right product, but I just don't need it. We have this one from Lunar Beauty, Moon Prism Liquid Blush in the shade Fuego Fuchsia. I got this in a BoxyCharm as well. Nothing really wrong with this formula. I think it's nice. I just have so many blushes. I just don't need all of these. And this color is like, you know, it's really pretty. Like it's a very bright Barbie, like hot pink, but I don't know. This brand, I just don't feel like is that popular. No one really talks about it. And I don't know. I need to get rid of stuff. And this is just one that never really stood out to me that much. Maybe it's just the brand. I'm just not like super into this brand that much. So I don't need to keep this, even though the color is really pretty, but I have other colors similar to this in my collection. So this one's gonna go. We have another discontinued product, Ciate London, closed down. This is the Velvet Skin Cream Blush, just a mini that I got in an Ipsy Glam bag. We have some Moira. This one has seen better days. It looks like it's probably expired. This is the I don't know what it's called, but the shade is My Darling. This was a nice formula, honestly. It was like really dewy. It was pigmented, really pretty. I would say it's like a dupe for the Rare Beauty blushes. But yeah, I think this one has gone bad. It doesn't look the greatest, or maybe it just needs to be mixed up. I don't know. But I just never really found myself reaching for this one ever. It's another brand that I'm just not super excited over. Another discontinued product, Lottie London. This brand is also closed down. This is the pH color changing blush in the shade Onyx. Was nothing special. I mean, it's black. It turns kind of like a purpley color, but the formula is just not that great. We have one from Pixi. This is the On the Glow Blush Tinted Moisture Stick in the shade Juicy. I have 2 others of these. This color, though, I just don't really reach for orange blushes. It's just not really my vibe, so I'll keep the other 2 that I have, but this one, yeah, I don't need it. Okay, we have a powder blush from Moonslice Beauty. I got this in an Ipsy, I don't know, last year, early this year, something around there. It's a nice formula. It's a nice color, but I don't reach for it. It's just a brand I've never really gotten into, and I have so many other powder blushes that I prefer over this one. We have another product from Lottie London. This is another pH color changing blush in Blush Bestie. Is that the shade name? Or I don't know. It's a cute little concept, little heart. It was yellow and it turns like this pinky color. I'll show you kind of how it looks. So it's supposed to adjust to your pH. I don't know. The formula isn't great. Again, this brand is closed down, so I don't need it. All right, 2 more left. We have Urban Decay's Hydromaniac Blush Glow Hydrator in the shade Drippin'. Never really found myself reaching for this. The color is very vibrant. It's just not a color I'd really tend to go for often. And I think these are discontinued now. I'm pretty sure from what I've seen, but if they're not discontinued now, they probably will be. I think this whole Hydromaniac line got discontinued by Urban Decay, so yeah, I don't need it. And then we also have this Pure Lease Blush Glow BB Cheek Color. This is in the shade, what is this shade? Oh, Vivid Coral. Decent formula, nice color, but it's just not one that I found myself ever reaching for. Okay, next up we have highlighters, and I am decluttering 17 highlighters. So let's just get right to it. I have these 2 from Lottie London, which these were such a bust. The applicator like literally got clogged after the first use. I had to like rip it off to try and even get product out. I was just like, what in the heck? Like, yeah, these are just not good to begin with, and now the brand is closed down, so I'm probably just going to toss these. We have this one from Winky Lux. This is in the shade Moonlight. It's a pretty highlight. Again, I like the applicator and everything, but I don't know. I just never really got super excited about this one. I have so many other liquid highlights that I feel like I prefer over it. We have this one from Pixi. It's the On the Glow Super Glow Highlight Moisture Stick. This one is in Gilded Gold. I got gifted this as well, and I think I only used it once. I don't know why it's still in the package, but I have it just back in the package. It was okay. Not really anything special. It didn't give a lot of like glow to the skin, like just slightly. It was very subtle, and it's just not really a color that I would wear. I do have another one of these in a more like iridescent pinky kind of color that I am keeping for the time being, but this color I don't need. We have this Radiance Balm from Hints. Basically, it's like a dewy balm for your skin. I don't know if you'd classify this as a highlight, but I just put it in my highlight category. I have another one of these from the brand Peach and Lily. It's like literally the same thing, so I don't need 2 of them. I also have this from Fui. This is the Glowy Jelly Pot in Sugar Powder. This is like a jelly highlighter. Honestly, this is pretty bad. I wanted to love this. I saw these go kind of viral on TikTok and stuff, but it's just not very good. It doesn't really, I don't know. I don't like how you have to have a special applicator to use it. Like my finger doesn't fit in here because I have nails. And I don't know, it just wasn't that special to me. Like, it just felt like kind of okay. Not something that I would probably reach for a ton, so just gonna get rid of. We have this Ofra highlighter. This is in Glazed Donut. I used to love this one, but it is just, it's so icy white, and it's just not a shade that I really ever reach for anymore. Sorry, the sunlight is kind of going away. I gotta get closer to the camera here, but that's how it looks. It's a pretty color, and their highlights are super blinding, but I have other ones from them that are just more of like a champagne color, something that I would reach for more often than this like bright white one. So gonna declutter. Sorry, I have to keep moving my bin over because the sun is moving and I'm running out of sunlight. So gonna try and get through this quick. We have this Pixie Glowy Gossamer Duo Subtle Sunrise Dual Highlighter. I used to love these, and they actually broke, or this side broke, but I repressed it. I just didn't find myself reaching for these as much anymore. I don't really reach for highlighters that much in general, so I just don't need all of these in my collection anymore. And I feel like this is super old and it's just time to get rid of. We have this one from Essence. It's the Pure Nude Highlighter. I was gifted this as well. It's called Be My Highlight. This I found did really nothing. Like, it's so subtle. I mean, this is almost like a glowy face powder over a highlight because the highlight is so subtle. We have this one from Physicians Formula. This is the Butter Highlighter in Champagne. This is so old. I have held on to this forever, and it's just, yeah, it's time to go. I don't reach for it anymore. It's just not really a shade that I reach for. It's like super gold and a little bit too dark, I feel like. So yeah, she's gonna go. Then we have this one from Milani. This is the, I don't know what the name is. If it's the Strobe Light Instant Glow Powder and the shade is Afterglow. I think that's what it is. I think the shade is Afterglow. I've had this for so long. This is like one of the oldest highlighters I have in my collection, and I just never really reached for it in the last few years. So I feel like it's just time to go. It is pretty, like you can see, but I just don't reach for highlighters as much anymore, like I said, and this is just a super old one, so I feel like it's just time to get rid of. We have this one from V Cosmetic. Got this in an Ipsy Glam bag. It's in the shade Autumn. Yeah, I used it once, I think, and it's just not something I ever reached for again. We have this one from Real Her. It's the Confidence in My Glow highlighter. I used to love this one, but since I'm not reaching for highlighters as much anymore, I just find myself only reaching for a couple different ones, and most of these other ones just sit. So this one's just time to go. It's super, super old. I have another new Physicians Formula product. Well, I guess this one's not new. I did try it once, and this is supposed to be a face powder, like an all over the face powder, but this is literally a highlighter to me. Like, this is so glittery, and it's just almost too glittery even for a highlight for me. So I don't really understand this product at all. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass this along to somebody else. And then we have this one from Cara Beauty, if that's how you say it. It's the Diamond Light Pressed Diamond Highlighter. I've had this for so long as well, and it's broken, and it's just not a product I ever reach for anymore since it's so like blinding and kind of iridescent. It's really pretty. I'll swatch it so you can see, even though it's broken, but it's really pretty. It's just, yeah, I'm not reaching for these like super blinding highlights anymore. So yeah, this one, yeah, she's seen better days. It's time to go. I had to move my camera again because the sun is moving all over the place. So we have the Kylie Jenner, this is the Highlighter Pressed Illuminating Powder in Princess Please. And then we have this Lottie London Diamond Bounce Illuminating Highlighter. Again, this brand is discontinued, and this highlighter was nice, but I feel like I have the Fenty Diamond, what is it? The Fenty Diamond Bomb or something, which is like similar to this, but way better of a formula. So I wouldn't need this anyway, but now that the brand closed down, I'm definitely getting rid of it. And then this one, I don't know, I think it's pretty. Like, I don't know if I should keep it, but I already put it in my declutter pile, so I'm like, maybe I should just get rid of it. But it is a really pretty like color. I don't really reach for like these blinding highlights anymore, like I said. So I don't know if I'd really use this if I kept it, but I do like the packaging. I think it's really cute and everything. I think this specific shade though is discontinued. I know she still has the highlighters, but this shade I know is discontinued. I got it at Winners, but look how pretty that is. It's actually really, really pretty, but super blinding, like wow. So yeah, I don't know. I only used it like a couple times. As you can see, like barely touched it. And I've had it for quite a while. So I feel like that kind of tells me I'm probably not going to use it if I do keep it. So I think I should just keep it in my declutter, not try to convince myself to keep it, even though I do think the packaging is so cute. I think that's what gets me, is like this pink packaging. I'm obsessed with pink. And the color is really pretty, but likely I won't reach for it just because yeah, I'm not wearing these blinding highlighters anymore. All right, and then lastly, we have face palettes. So I have 6 that I am decluttering. First up, we have this Natasha Denona Cupid Cheek Duo Cream Blush and Highlighter. I didn't reach for this one a ton. I think this is discontinued. It's not bad, but I just don't really reach for a ton of face palettes. So I'm decluttering pretty much all the ones I have in my collection right now because I just don't find myself ever using them, but this was really pretty. Then we have this one from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Off to Costa Rica face palette. I don't know, I never really reached for this one either. I think I got this in BoxyCharm, but this is not the lightest shade. This is like the medium shade, I think. There was one that has like an icier white highlight. This one is too deep for me. The blush and bronzer work for me, but I'm just not really a face palette girl, like I said, so I never really reach for my face palettes. I've only used this one like maybe twice in the few years that I've had it, so it's just time to go. We have this blush palette from Eloise Beauty, I think is the brand. It's the Secret Garden 3D Blush and Glow palette. It is really beautiful, I have to say. The embossings are stunning. The blushes have like a shimmer to them. I think the formula is nice. I think it's pretty, but again, it's just not something I ever reach for. I've had this for a long time and I think I've used it once. So it's just time to pass it along and hope somebody else can get better use. Next, we have this one from Complex Culture. This is an Ipsy brand that I got in a BoxyCharm. Highlighter and bronzers. Never really reached for this. I mean, it's not a bad formula, but most of these I'm just not reaching for, and that's why I'm getting rid of them. So yeah, I never really use this. It's time to go. I have this Moon Prism blush palette that I also got in BoxyCharm. This is from Lunar Beauty. Gorgeous palette, but I feel like I'd only use maybe these 3 shades here, and then these all like deeper ones, and this peachy one I probably wouldn't really reach for. So I don't really need to keep a whole palette just for a couple shades. I have so many blushes in my collection. I don't need a full palette like this. The formula was okay. Nothing, I wouldn't say anything super special, but it wasn't bad. Yeah, I don't need it. And I know there's someone else out there that can get better use. Lastly, we have something from Beauty Bakery. It's the Cotton Candy Champagne Blush Lighter palettes. These are like blush highlighters in one. They are super pretty. I only used a few shades in here. I will say the formula is stunning, but again, it's just time to go. I haven't reached for this one in a really long time, and I don't know what's going on with this brand. They like closed down, but then they came back, and I don't know if they're still around now. I haven't heard anything about them in a long time. I like this formula. Like, I thought it was pretty. I'll show you a swatch. It's very like glowy blushes. So yeah, I really liked it. I'm not reaching for it anymore, and I don't need to keep like a whole palette. I have other glowy blushes in my collection now that I am reaching for over this palette. And yeah, I've had this for a long time. It's time to go. Okay, so here's everything I decluttered. We have a total of 59 products, which I feel like is really good. I feel like I did get rid of a lot. I still have a lot in my collection, but those are the products that I'm still testing, or products that I really love. These are all the products that I just never really fell in love with, or maybe the shades didn't work, or the brands closed down. So those are kind of my reasons for getting rid of these things, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll definitely have more declutters coming. I have another eyeshadow palette declutter that I want to do soon, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.